All right, so there's two ways of looking at this game. You could look at it and say, boy, Aaron Rodgers, unbelievable game yet again. Or you could say, you know, the Packers should not have gotten to in this situation where they were this close against a 49ers team who is not playing well. So you see, which one were you more impressed with Aaron Rodgers, or were you more worried that this came down to the very end?
I got serious concerns about Green Bay. There's no way the game should be as contested as it is, but you have to give credit to Kyle Shanahan, the staff there in San Francisco, getting the team ready, getting a backup quarterback in C.J. Beathard ready to play. I mean, I love his play calling. For them to be able to make as many big plays against this Green Bay defense, you know, that right there would have to cause you concern. But on the other hand, you have to look at it was Kyle Shanahan got a quarterback ready to play. Is Kyle Shanahan really the quarterback whisperer? Look at the impact that he's had on quarterbacks. Impact on Matty Ice, forget about the MVP season, but when he leaves, not only Cleveland, when he left Atlanta, and now him being with Jimmy Garoppolo, C.J. Beathard, to me, that was one of the significant things. Green Bay, I'm concerned about them, and Kyle Shanahan getting his team ready and a young quarterback ready to play on a big stage at Monday night. I was very, very impressed with them and what they did offensively.
What Rodgers did last night was magical. There are reasons to be concerned about Green Bay, and I know we're going to get into those. But he had two perfect 2-minute drives. The second one wasn't even a 2-minute drive. He went 7 plays, 67 yards in 43 seconds. In 43 seconds, he got from his own 45 down to a chip shot field goal, 4 plays in 19 seconds. He was in such total control on that final drive of the game where he kept looking over to McCarthy, one more play, and then with 6 seconds left. No, you know what? Let me get one extra play just so when Mason hits this field goal, we don't have to kick off. That was the play where he ended up just throwing it out of bounds. It was perfect ball placement. Yes, some of them were to Davante Adams, but one of them was to Equanimeous St. Brown. One of the plays on the first 2-minute drive was to Marquez Valdes-Scantling, a couple of these rookies that he had not been on the same page with in training camp. He was just perfect Aaron Rodgers last night. And that's what's so frustrating. You need perfect Aaron Rodgers to steal a win at home against C.J. Beathard. And credit to Kyle Shanahan, because you're right, man. It does feel like give him a quarterback, give him a couple weeks, and he will scheme it up. And so I give him a ton of credit. But if this was in San Francisco, I feel differently. Monday night game on the road for Green Bay. Okay, fine. To have this game come down to the wire at home before your bye when you've already been shaky, but you have an opportunity because the Bears lost, because of how your division's looking. This is a huge game. And Aaron said it after the game. Because of who you have coming up next. Aaron brought it up. This isn't me looking at the schedule. He said, we got the bye. Then we got a really tough slate of games coming. We'll see who we really are. Well, who they are right now is Aaron Rodgers and some guys. And Davante Adams is a good player. I think Kenny Clark's a good player. But they're not getting help, in my mind, from their coaching staff on the defensive side of the ball, from their head coach. And Rodgers has to make magic against a team he shouldn't have to make magic against.
Which everyone here knows and agrees he's fully capable of doing. The tough slate of games you say coming up, Rams and Patriots back-to-back.
On the road, both of them.
On the road, which is going to be tough. How sustainable is it to say, no matter what happens, this guy's going to bail us out? Because Nick's right. He had to play his absolute best to beat C.J. Beathard and the 49ers at home.
Oh, no. You forget about just Aaron Rodgers playing at his best, but this defense not only running but passing. And now you're talking about going against those teams? What do you think those teams are going to do? And they have quarterbacks far more capable and weapons more capable of than what the Packers faced last night. So I would be concerned. Man, if the Packers had lost this game, I mean, my goodness, I don't know what the storylines would be, but Mike McCarthy and them, they can wake up this morning and realize, yes, we do have Aaron Rodgers, but the next couple of weeks, man, this defense, if it's not better, they're going to get thrashed.
This game, to me, was a perfect microcosm for what the last half-decade of football in Green Bay has been. Aaron Rodgers covering up for all of the warts of the team. Aaron Rodgers covering up for what I think is an uninspired game plan on both sides of the ball. Aaron Rodgers covering up for what has been a franchise that I feel is squandering the prime of one of the greatest players ever. I hate to be negative after a team gets a great win like that. And I know the people of Wisconsin, they were watching the NLCS. They see the Brewers take a 2-1 lead. They flip over. They see Rodgers execute this 2-minute drill. It's a great day.
Everything's great.
But you look at this from 30,000 feet. You let C.J. Beathard and Raheem Mostert run wild on you? Like, that's what you let happen. These guys that were third stringers on anyone's depth chart to start the season. Those guys put up 30 points in your building. Those guys had it to where Aaron Rodgers needed a vintage performance. And I don't want to take anything away from the vintage performance because he executed 2 2-minute drills in 3 minutes. It was perfect, but it's really concerning for a team that I think a lot of people thought going into the year, if Rodgers healthy, why can't they go to the Super Bowl? Why can't they come out of the really tough NFC?
Well, Aaron Rodgers every year. That should be the goal. Those should be the questions every year in Green Bay. But their inability to stop the run, I mean, they got gutted running the football. Couldn't start Marquise Goodwin. Him and Pierre Garçon. I give Pierre credit, but I mean, the only threat they had last night was Goodwin that they had to guard. They couldn't stop him. So the next 3 weeks, Green Bay's season, man, we're going to get a real snapshot of who we think they are and going against what we think to be better offenses and better teams in the league.
Let me ask you a real quick question about Marquise Goodwin, because he was a legitimate track star. Like, that was where he made his name. But that is really, he does one thing great, straight line speed, and not a whole bunch of other things really well.
Right.
When you're isn't that a relatively easy receiver to scheme against? If you know you just have to make sure he doesn't get behind you?
Well, the thing now, if we look from, let's go to Miami, Albert Bell. Let's go to
Albert Wilson.
Albert Wilson. Let's go to your guy. Tyreek Hill. Right now in the NFL, the offenses we're going to pass the ball, but these offenses are finding spaces for speed guys. And I've never seen the number of speed guys playing well at the same level. So it has a lot to do with offensive coordinators taking advantage of these defenses. And now, because you can't bump and run these guys as much, they can get off the line of scrimmage and be able to threaten the defense in a way with their speed that's it's hard to duplicate. So that's what I see, and that's why I see Goodwin and Shanahan has taken advantage of that speed and really developed him as a receiver.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.